In August 1920, tens of thousands packed Madison Square Garden for a spectacle the world had never seen. They gathered under the banner of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, led by Marcus Garvey. Here, a single question echoed through the hall, designed to shake the foundations of global imperialism. Garvey's challenge wasn't merely rhetorical. It was a direct geopolitical strike against European colonial hegemony. For centuries, European powers carved continents using flags as instruments of dominance and extraction. To counter this, the UNIA drafted Article 39 of the Declaration, establishing a permanent visual sovereign identity. They unveiled the red, black, and green banner, a tricolor engineered to unify the African diaspora. Every shade was chosen with absolute mathematical and philosophical precision. Red stood for the blood that must be shed for redemption and liberty. Black represented the noble race to which all members of the diaspora belonged. And green symbolized the abundant, unbroken wealth of the motherland's natural vegetation. This visual architecture directly bypassed colonial borders, creating a psychological sanctuary. Garvey understood that before a nation could reclaim its physical territory, it had to command its own imagery. The flag became an immediate threat to colonial intelligence networks tracking the UNIA. What started as 3 bands of color in a New York armory ignited a century-long shift in global power dynamics. As the mid-20th century arrived, the ideological seeds planted in 1920 began to bear undeniable fruit across the globe. In 1957, Ghana became a beacon of liberation, shaking off British colonial rule under the leadership of Kwame Nkrumah. Nkrumah recognized that political freedom required a visual vocabulary rooted directly in Garvey's foundational design. Ghana integrated the exact red, yellow, and green color scheme, adding a black star to guide the path of African freedom. Across the continent, newly liberated nations rushed to weave Garvey's philosophy into their sovereign emblems. From Guinea to Kenya, the chromatic legacy of Madison Square Garden became the universal signature of anti-colonial triumph. Yet this institutional adoption also triggered intense scrutiny from Western intelligence agencies monitoring the spread of radical thought. Colonial powers realized that physical borders could fall, but symbols held the psychological power to unite disparate populations. The flag transcended statecraft to become a rallying cry for civil rights movements in the United States and the Caribbean. Activists wore the colors not just as cloth, but as a direct declaration of psychological independence from white supremacy. Every thread carried the weight of Garvey's original decree that a people armed with their own imagery cannot be easily subjugated. By the close of the 20th century, the tricolor had cemented its status as the undisputed banner of global black liberation. What began as Article 39 in a crowded New York hall transformed into a permanent fixture of international political geography. The geopolitical strategy behind the colors proved more enduring than the empires that attempted to suppress them. And today, whenever those 3 stripes catch the wind, they continue to whisper Marcus Garvey's eternal challenge to the world. Decades of surveillance and suppression could not erase what had already taken root in the global consciousness. When African nations finally tore down colonial flags in the mid-century, they reached directly for Garvey's tricolor blueprint. The red, black, and green became the foundational palette for sovereignty, anchoring newly born states to an ancient dignity. In the United States, the Civil Rights Movement and Black Power era supercharged the flag's presence in domestic struggles. Artists, intellectuals, and revolutionaries adopted the banner not merely as a symbol of protest, but as a blueprint for the future. Every stripe carried the unyielding insistence that identity could survive forced displacement and transatlantic trauma. Marcus Garvey may have died in obscurity in London in 1940, exiled from the nation he sought to build. Yet his greatest creation, the 3-colored standard proclaimed at Madison Square Garden, outlived every adversary. It transformed abstract resistance into a permanent geography of the mind, recognized across every continent. Governments tried to ban it, intelligence agencies classified it, and empires attempted to crush its momentum. Instead, the banner became the undisputed emblem of transnational unity and unbroken human resilience. Every time those colors unfurl in a public square today, they carry the echoes of 1920 and a defiant challenge to authority. A flag created without a country proved that imagination is often the most potent geopolitical weapon of all. As long as people fight for dignity, freedom, and self-determination, these 3 stripes will continue to wave. This is the hidden architecture behind the colors that reshaped our modern world. From the crowded armory floors of 1920 Harlem to the halls of the United Nations, Garvey's vision triumphed. The imperial powers that once sought to suppress these colors were ultimately forced to salute them. Every stripe and every shade serves as a testament to the power of deliberate visual statecraft. When a people author their own symbols, they construct a reality that no empire can dismantle. That is the enduring legacy of the red, black, and green, the flag that changed the map of the world. As the map of independence expanded, the Pan-African colors became a permanent fixture of international diplomacy. The meticulous planning that began at Madison Square Garden ultimately transformed the visual vocabulary of an entire continent. Imperial intelligence agencies failed to extinguish a symbol that was forged in the collective imagination. Marcus Garvey's foundational decree proved that sovereign imagery is just as potent as military might. Today, those three stripes continue to echo across generations, bridging the transatlantic diaspora. Every thread carries the weight of a century of struggle, resilience, and unyielding self-determination. What started without a recognized nation became the ultimate emblem of transnational freedom. Governments rose and fell, but the visual architecture engineered in 1920 remained unbreakable. The geopolitical strategy behind the colors succeeded in altering the course of modern history. And whenever those three stripes catch the wind, they serve as a testament to the power of imagination. They remind the world that true sovereignty begins long before the first flag is ever raised. This is how a people claimed their rightful place on the global stage, through pure design, an enduring monument woven in red, black, and green, shaping the geopolitical future for generations yet unborn. The flag that successfully reshaped the map of the modern world. In the 21st century, the battleground for Garvey's tricolor has shifted decisively into the digital realm. Online platforms have democratized the dissemination of revolutionary iconography, bypassing traditional gatekeepers entirely. Activists across continents now coordinate transnational solidarity networks using the red, black, and green as their digital avatar. Yet, this digital visibility brings a new wave of commodification and algorithmic dilution. Fast fashion retailers mass-produce the emblem, stripping away its foundational critique of global capitalism. Despite this corporate packaging, grassroots organizers continue to rescue the flag from hollow aesthetics. In protests from London to Atlanta, the banner serves as a sharp reminder of unfinished liberation work. Marcus Garvey's 1920 decree remains as urgent today as it was a century ago in Madison Square Garden. A symbol created without a physical state proved that imagination is the ultimate architect of geopolitical reality. Governments tried to suppress it, empires tried to crush it, and markets tried to sell it. Yet the tricolor endures, fluttering above every struggle for dignity, autonomy, and human rights. It stands as a permanent monument to the power of a people who dared to design their own destiny. This is the hidden geopolitical strategy that successfully reshaped the map of the modern world. A legacy forged in red for redemption, black for identity, and green for the unbroken wealth of the land, guiding generations toward a future where every nation and every person stands truly free. Today, the banner born in Madison Square Garden extends far beyond statecraft, anchoring contemporary global justice movements. From local community organizing to international human rights platforms, the tricolor remains an active instrument of defiance. This proves that Garvey's creation was never a static historical relic, but a continuously evolving geopolitical strategy. When populations face systemic disenfranchisement, visual sovereignty provides an immediate framework for collective resistance. It asserts that before structural power can be dismantled on paper, it must first be contested in the mind. The architecture of the banner engineered a pathway for people stripped of geographic states to claim the world stage. That blueprint remains open source, utilized by every community demanding self-determination and structural autonomy. Governments can change, borders can shift, and economic systems can fracture, but visual truth endures. Marcus Garvey's challenge from 1920 leaves us with a final, unyielding reality about power and design. True liberation requires a flag of your own, written in the indelible ink of red, black, and green.